What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Shad Joanite coming to you with another recap for Queen Sugar. I know I'm late, but I've had some technical difficulties. Came home, it's like I'm gonna fix me some dinner. I had my hamburgers ready to go. As soon as I sit my groceries on the counter, as soon as I set them on the counter when I got home this evening, power went out in the entire building. So I was down for about an hour or so. That's not long, but when you got stuff to do, it can feel like forever. So I was over it. But this is Queen Sugar season 3 episode 9. So y'all know how I like to do. I like to go character by character. I really don't like to go scene by scene. It's easier the way that I do it. But I'm gonna start off with where the episode started, which is with Ralph Angel. Ralph Angel is having him a nice little date with Trin, and they're in what appears to be a garden. I think it belonged to Trin's mom. And, they're just talking, and Trin is talking about the sacrifices that her parents have made for her to put her through school. And now they're doing it, I guess, with another one of her siblings. And Roz kind of comparing that situation to Ernest and how he worked hard and made a lot of sacrifices to help him and Blue. So they have a lot more in common than we really thought they would. And I would say you would think because of their cultural differences, you wouldn't expect them to have as many comparisons as they do, but they get along so very well. Trin asked Ralph Angel, is everything okay with him and Darla? And Ralph lies and says that everything is all good. So he asks her, Trin, let's make this official, like a referee with a whistle, He asked her, can we be more than work friends? And of course, Trin is here for it. And I'm like, Trin, what you gonna do with all that chocolate, girl? You don't know what to do with that. So they're going to make it work. They're going to try to see where this thing goes. So after their meeting, Ralph goes to meet with Darla. And this trick has now changed the agreement. She went from wanting 50-50 to 70-30. And of course, 70 being more with her. She feels like because Ra is working 2 jobs, that she can provide a more stable environment. And I'm like, Ra has always been working these 2 jobs since you came back the last time. So now all of a sudden you feel like he can't focus on him. Oh, I know what it is. It's because you saw him with his little new friend. Now it's an issue. Girl, I was actually trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. I was getting in Ra's ass about, him letting up a little bit. But you tripping. It's no way in hell I would want to agree to that either. It's too soon. Darla, again, you coming in and you moving a little too fast. You going from 50-50, which Ra still didn't like. You went from 50-50 to 70-30. Like, you have not been clean long enough for anybody to feel like you can really take on that much responsibility of Blue. So I feel like you are definitely wrong. And why are you treating Ra like this? Again, you're the one that messed up. You're the one that shattered this man's world. He's ready to marry you and you all be a family. And then you come and tell him that you don't know if Blue is his. And then now we found out that Blue isn't his. And I don't know if Darla knows that for sure. I think Ra is trying to keep that a secret. But yeah, this man has a guard up against you, and it might be out of hurt also, which I feel like he shouldn't use his anger and hurt about what she did to him when it comes to Blue. But you are just doing a little too much for me right now. He said he gonna fight though. He said he not gonna give that up easily. He's gonna fight you. So I knew the courts were gonna get involved. I just felt it in my bones. So later on, Ralph meets with his sisters and basically tells them what Darla wants, and they want to try to figure out what to do about the Darla situation. And his concern now is, will the paternity come up? Will that become an issue in the court? So that right there really led me to believe that Darla does not know that Blue really isn't Ralph Angel's son. So once she finds out that information, she's really going to act a fool. But I would feel like, why would you want to do that when this man is still willing to be this boy's father, even after he found out that he wasn't biologically his? I mean, it's a messed up situation. So they're going to try to work through it. His sisters try to reassure him, like, we got you, Ra. We got your back with family. We got you. I'm guessing that makes him feel better. When he meets back up with Tren again, he's honest with her and he tells her, look, things aren't going good with Darla right now. She's trying to take Blue majority of the time. And of course, Tren is trying to be very supportive of him and telling him, she can't do that. You're a doggone good father. And he was like, he's your son. She can't do that. And he said, it's a complicated situation. He don't want to bring her into the drama, which I get it. He doesn't want to bring her into the drama, so he tells her, let's just cool it down for right now while I try to get this situation taken care of. Even though you're the best thing that's going on in my life right now, let's just take a break. Of course, she's disappointed because she's like, why should this situation stop us from getting to know each other and have a relationship and even, allow her to be there for Ra? But he feels like it's a bad time, and it might be. The emotions in me want to just tell Ralph Angel, like, screw Darla, let her go, take her son, try to figure out who the real daddy is, and you and Tren go ahead and go make you some mixed, beautiful babies. Like, forget Darla. But of course, we know we can't really be like that, especially he's developed a relationship with Blue. Can't think like that, but that's just the emotion going in. That's where his storyline. So Nova is meeting, I think this lady is her publicist, and she's telling her that the chapter about her father and his depression is really interesting, and I don't know if it was a newspaper or somebody wants to publish that chapter alone about it because it's such a fascinating chapter. Nova says it's not finished, but the lady was like, I know you can do it, and Nova's going to try to finish it. Nova later on, actually goes on a date with Remy, so I guess she's really going to give this a chance and see where this goes. And again, I don't have to keep saying I'm not here for it. We all know. I don't think anybody's here for it. When I look at other people's reviews, they say the exact same thing. Like, they hate it. So they're on their little date and they're holding hands, and she runs into Too Sweet. You remember Too Sweet was, I believe, in the first season, the boy that was in trouble. She runs into his mother, and the mother is telling her how good Too Sweet is doing. He's in school, he's trying to get scholarships, and she thanks her for everything that she's done for him. So of course Remy's, giving her a verbal BJ and telling her how she's wonderful and she's such a sweet person and she's just a great person all around. And I'm like, so later on, Nova and Remy are at, I guess, her house. I don't know, somebody's house, rolling a blunt, getting high, talking about their past when they were younger, the girls that he dated and stuff. And Remy basically was telling us that he had a troubled past. When he was a teenager, he used to get in trouble a lot. He's not even originally from New Orleans. He's from Detroit, but he used to get in a lot of trouble. Really don't care. I hate those two. I just hate it. Nova works up the nerves, and she tells Charlie that she's seeing Remy. Charlie is clearly not here for it. She's upset. She feels betrayed. And Nova does this, what I feel like a lot of people hate in real life. Well, if you want me to not date him, just say the word and I'll, break it up. I mean, then that makes you feel like an asshole, because if you say no, then you feel like you hindering this person from being happy. And what if they're really their soulmate, even though it's hurting you? Like, Charlie walks off. She's over it. She's like, I'm not here for it. So once Nova gets back home, the publicist or whoever she is, she's a representative for Nova basically. She calls Nova and lets her know that the other publishing company that wanted to publish the story, they're not going with them anymore because an even bigger house, a bigger household name wants to publish the story. And it's actually the New Yorker. So Nova's blown away. Like, I can't believe this. I'm shocked. And the lady was like, well, we need you to get this done right away. So Nova says she can get it done. We'll see. Vi actually had a good episode this episode. She didn't have too much drama with her. Everything seemed to be coming in order. So Vi's making her pies and Mr. Rollins shows up. And he asks her how she's doing and basically gives her a contract saying that he still wants a partnership with her. And actually, it's for her pie shop that she tried to pitch for him. I'm so happy that this storyline has actually changed for the better, because I really felt like we couldn't trust him. And even though I'm still like, okay, I'm gonna keep my eye on you, Mr. Rollins, I feel like his intentions are super genuine. So there, she gives her the paperwork, and he tells her that he actually has been doing research on lupus, so he knows all about it. And all he wants her to do is to be honest with him when she's feeling sick and basically not run herself into the ground. And I was so appreciative of him, of still giving Vi a chance and believing in her dream, because it could have very well went bad and he could have said, you know what, I don't want to invest in something because this may not be a sure thing. So Vi and Hollywood are at the wedding venue, looking at a venue for the wedding and doing a cake tasting. And she lets him know about the deal, that Mr. Rollins did decide to do business with her and she's going to have her own shop, where they're happy and they're over the moon. And Hollywood is just giving her all his ideas for the wedding. You know, Hollywood been trying to, that money has been burning a hole in his pocket since he got it. So he's just throwing out all these ideas. And of course, Vi's looking like, this is a little too much for me. So he asked her, is this too much? And she was like, oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. So they began a cake tasting, and Vi apologizes to Hollywood about him talking about these different investments he wanted to do, particularly with the barbershop. Even though she doesn't think he should go into business with that particular person that he was speaking of, she wants him to focus on what he wants and his dreams. And of course, we know Hollywood, he's like, oh, I just want to make sure you're okay. No, Hollywood, you need to focus on what you want to. You can't live your life trying to make somebody else happy and ignore your happiness. So she wants him to realize his dream and go for it. So he named two different dreams. He said in high school, he thought of a construction company, and then he also thought of a sports lounge. So she's like, hey, I want you to realize your dream and go for it. But he wants her to reassure that she will take care of herself, because Hollywood right now is feeling like he has to be up under her and make sure she's doing what she needs to do to stay healthy. So she's going to do her best to stay healthy. Micah and his dumbass friends are planning their tagging of the land where the ancestors were. And they have their paint and everything, and they're ready to go. And again, Micah has this look on his face of being unsure. And I'm like, Micah, this is the moment right now. You can bail out. Forget them. Forget what they're going to say. You know this is wrong, and you need to bail out. But they go anyway, right? So when they get there, they're tagging the land, and they're doing like this little sacred ceremony and stuff, and using the spray paint and all that. And they look up at it, and they're pretty satisfied with themselves. So as they're getting ready to leave, the boy whose brother is in jail, I can't remember his name, puts his book bag close to the fire, the candle that they burned. And now the book bag has set on fire and causing the plantation to set on fire. So now the plantation is up in flames. Somebody comes out and actually starts shooting, which sounds like a shotgun, and they have to run off. So by you trying to make a statement, you've actually destroyed the history that was there. I mean, I wanted to just go through the screen and just pop each one of them in their head. I was so mad, like, you idiots. I was so mad. I was like, now you forever messed up the legacy and the story that is behind that plantation from your stupidity. Now it's completely gone. So the next day, Micah comes back to the scene to see the ashes that are left, because there's no more house there. I mean, it's completely gone, burned to a crisp. And I was like, oh my God. And if they find a way to trace them to that place, oh my God, trouble. So last, Charlie speaks with the lawyer, and they're talking about the Landrys and getting the land and them getting their land. Well, Charlie made it very clear that they're not selling, but the lawyer made it clear to her that they don't have to buy it. They can take it. They're going to do whatever they can. Of course, Charlie is not taking that for an answer. She's going to do whatever she can to not let that happen. So after their meeting, Jacob is calling, blowing up her phone, asking her to dinner. And she's like, hell no, I'm not going. And then he says, well, my mom wants to talk with you about an alternative to building a jail. And she was like, why would I trust your mama? I don't trust you. Why would I trust your mama? And he was just like, please come meet with me, begging, pleading. So she goes and meets with Jacob's mother. I forgot exactly what she said, y'all, but she called her girl. Charlie did not like that and was like, no, ma'am. I'm nobody's girl. I'm a grown-ass woman, and you will acknowledge me as such. So she wants Charlie's help to stop Sam Landry, her brother. And her reasoning is not because it's wrong, because you don't need to be building something to actually put more people of color in jail, and it's just nothing that's good. She don't want no criminals and thugs on her land. That's what her exact words was. Like, that's that bad blood. She don't want that on her land. So Charlie tells her, you starting to sound like your brother, racist. The mother was like, I really could care less how I sound to you. Like, I don't care about that. My agenda right now is that I don't want them on my land. And I know you don't want them to take your land, so let's work together. So when she walks away for a second, Jacob was like, I know what you think of me. And Charlie says, don't worry, sweetheart, I don't think of you. So Jacob is like, he's still trying to convince her that he's not like his family and he really likes Charlie. Like, I get it. Jacob really does like Charlie. I know he does, but I still just could not deal with him off the strength of his family. So when the mother comes back, she wants them to find a way to get this deal to not go through Sam's son. I forgot what his name is, but it's her nephew. So they want to find a way to get his shares and cast a vote to basically knock him out the equation. So in so many words, I can't remember exactly the terms that they use, but that's what they want to do. Charlie takes the information that is in the envelope that the mother gave, and she snatched it reluctantly, but you know she's gonna go home and see if it's something that really could work for her. You know that. So I say use them. They using you. Use them. Forget them people. Charlie's at home just chilling after the day, and the doorbell rings. It's Remy's old, no backbone having, whiny behind at, I don't know why he came over there. Well, we know why. So he tells her that he didn't expect it to be like this, and he actually wanted the relationship between him and Charlie to work. He doesn't expect her to understand. He basically lets her know what she already knows anyway, that he has an interest in Nova. She was like, I don't know who you are, and maybe I never did. I don't trust you. If you ever make her feel the way I feel now, and she kind of left it at that. She didn't really finish that, but she let him know, me and Nova are family, and we're going to be together forever, but you're fleeting. I think that's what she said. It sounded like what she said, meaning you won't last. So it is what it is. She read Remy and basically like, I ain't worried about you because you probably ain't going to be around long anyway. But she let it be known and let it be clear that she is not here for it, and she thinks he's a snake. And honestly, she don't trust nobody, not even her family at this moment. So that's how it ended. He walks off with his head between his ass and gets in his truck and leave. That's how the episode ended. Again, I'm ready for the suspense to come when Charlie actually goes head to head with the Landrys, and even with Darla and Ralph Angel. But that's it, y'all. Again, I love this series. I think it's a great show, and that's all. Have a great night. Thumbs up this video, share it. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I've gained some more in the last few days, and I just want to tell you guys that I'm really appreciative of you giving me a chance to be heard through your phones, your laptops, computers, wherever you listen. I really thank you all. Talk to you guys again soon. Have a good night. Bye.